If you're looking for a few techniques to do eyeliner for your hooded eyes, then you are so in the right place, because in today's video, I am teaching 4 of my favorite techniques that I use for my extremely hooded eyes, and I would love to help you have some more confidence in your eyeliner game. If this interests you, then go ahead and stick with my video, and I'll show you my 4 favorite techniques coming right your way now. Well, hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel if you've been here for a bit, and if you're new, I am super glad that you are here today. My name is Lauren, and my channel is all about making beauty easy for the girl who thinks that she can't. My hope today is that you will consider subscribing and even hitting that notification bell so that you can get alerts every single time I upload new videos, which is every single Friday. And I also have a private group on Facebook for girls just like you and me that love to connect about makeup and beauty and hair and all that good stuff. And I also go live once a week inside that group for my weekly show called Contour and Converse, where I create a makeup look in real time with y'all. If you would like to be a part of a community of girls just like you and me, then go ahead and click that link down in the description box below and join us for our next live video. I'm also gonna ask that if you are so excited to learn some eyeliner techniques that might actually work for your hooded eyes, that you would smash that thumbs up button, because it helps me out so much and because you're freaking excited to learn some new techniques. And with that said, let's go ahead and jump into today's video, which is all about eyeliner for hooded eyes. And you guys, I'm so excited to bring you this because this is one of the biggest challenges that I feel like I face personally with hooded eyes. And I don't just have like normal, I don't want to say normal hooded eyes, but I don't have slightly hooded eyes. I have extremely hooded eyes. And as I point out in the video, as you guys are going to see here in a bit, as I show you each different technique, my eyes are actually hooded all the way around. So some girls actually don't have as heavy of hoods right over here, and I do, and this makes this such a challenge, especially with things like winged liner. So I hope you guys really enjoy this, and I'm gonna actually jump to the footage now of me showing you the 4 techniques. So let's go ahead and roll into it, and let me know what you learned down in the comments. Hey you guys, let's go ahead and jump right into the eyeliner. I am so excited to show you guys my 4 techniques. I've got them written down in the order that I'm gonna do them today. We're gonna do some on one eye and some on the other, just so you can kind of get a feel, and I'm gonna look super crazy on camera, which is always fun for me. So let's get started. I'm gonna start out with doing the waterline. And so I'm gonna use a Marc Jacobs pencil that I have, and you can use any pencil that you want. So what you wanna do is take your pencil and you just wanna set it right there on your eye. And you can, the waterline, by the way, you guys may not even know this. If you're beginners, it's okay. When someone said waterline the first time, I was like, girl, what's that? I don't have one, but you do. So it's this little bit of space right here, and I don't want to tug too hard on my skin, but it's this little space right here, and then your top part of your eye has one too. Only time I would say that this technique kind of sucks is if you have allergies or you've got swollen eyes for some reason. Girl, don't be lining your eyes with no black eyeliner if you've got some swollen eyes, because I'm telling you, it's just gonna make them look smaller, and that's not what you want to go for. Just forego the eyeliner for the day. If your eyes are swollen, let it go, okay? All right, so back to this. Go ahead and just set that pencil. I just set it like, and this is my technique, by the way. A lot of people will actually hold their eyelash or their eye up and draw on it. I'm not doing that. I don't like that. That's weird for me, and I'm just gonna cry and blink all over the place. Not worth it. So what I like to do is just set my liner right here, and I'll take it back and forth. And this is a little bit harder because I have mascara on already. So usually you don't have mascara on, but you wanna just take your eyeliner and press it up into that. Ooh, it tickles. It does tickle. I always want to laugh when I do this. Into that water line. And you can do 2 things. There's another way you can do this, especially if you're going to line your lower lash line too. I've actually done this technique as well, where I'll just close my eye kind of over it. But the idea here is just to go back and forth and line that top lash with some liner. And you know what? Even though it's not as like on there as what I would want it to be, you can see what a difference that made in this left eye versus this right eye that has nothing. So the other technique that I'll show you, and oh look, it does. I thought this was one of those like fake ones where they give you the little bit of pencil and then it's done for. But I actually have a lot in there. Oh, I'm so excited. It's like Christmas right now. I just found a new gift. Okay, so the other thing you can do, this is another great technique. You can actually take your bottom lash line. Try not to pull your eye too much. I really don't tug on mine a whole lot, but we can just kind of draw here. If you're gonna add it to your bottom lash line too, okay? So put your liner on, and then you can just blink. Do a lot of blinking, you know? There's a lot of blinking. So if you blink, then it actually transfers. It transfers that black line right up to the top. And so that was what I was kind of trying to do when I was closing my eye. And sometimes I have a little MAC pencil that's almost dead, but it actually, let me grab that. It works really well for this. So I take that one, and that will give me that definition that I'm looking for. So we're gonna call that good. I think you guys get the idea, but that is a Waterline eyeliner. So now let's go on to the next one, which is going to be number 2, a shadow liner. And what I'm gonna show you guys today is I'm just gonna use my Milani palette that I have here. And there is a black color in here. I'm using black just because it's easiest today. But again, you can do this with any color that you like. So if you wanna get a little bit wild with it, you can totally use an eyeshadow of your choice to give you this technique. So I'm gonna take my black eyeshadow, and I didn't lay out a brush. Oh yes, I did. Oh, I did. And you're going to take a flat definer brush. So this is one of the best brushes for this type of technique. And you wanna dip your brush in that color. You guys are gonna love this. It's so, so simple. And I like to get my brush pretty thick, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys on the right eye, my hard eye. Ugh. And then what you wanna do is, again, no mascara. Don't do what I do and have mascara already on. I shut my eye at first just to kind of get an idea of where everything is. I don't know why I do it every time. I know where my eye is, but I just need to look at it every single time. I just need to make sure it's still in the right place, right? So then you're gonna leave your eye just slightly open. And again, I wouldn't normally have mascara on because that makes it a little harder and a little challenging, a little more challenging to see this. So I'm probably gonna have to shut my eye a little bit. You're just gonna add a little bit of a line. Obviously, it is a liner. I hope you guys love the fact that I just give you the most obvious statements sometimes. And I just wiggle that line back and forth, and I'm trying not to pull anything. I just can't see because of that stupid mascara. Okay. So then you basically just have a line that runs on the top. You can do this on the bottom too. That does not look as even as I want it to. So if it doesn't, just touch it up. And then I'll show you guys how to blend it. So what you can do is you can blend this out a little bit if you don't want as harsh of a line or you don't want as much of a defined line and you want something that's a little bit smoky. So let me grab a brush here. I'm just gonna use this pencil brush, and it's not, let's make sure it's mostly clean. And it is. So then what you would do is, I'm gonna pull my eye just a little bit taut, but not too much. You can totally just blend this out and smoke it up a little bit. And this is one that I really love to do. And let me try that again. This is one that I love to do. And what I do sometimes, and I'm not gonna do it today just because of time and showing you guys 4 different techniques, but I will actually wing this out a little bit, and then I'll smoke up this outer edge, and then I have like this black, smudgy, pretty lash line that's going on, and that is really cool. That's also fun to do with other colors. But this is kind of what it looks like when it's done. I look so crazy right now looking at this, looking at 2 different eyes, but I love this because it's just a very nice light eyeliner. So if you want to smudge it out and create less definition, that's the way to do it. Or if you want to go ahead and keep that thickness, you totally can. For this one, you would need a gel liner. I love a gel liner. You can totally use a pen for this. I do have, let me show you guys, I do have some eyeliner pens, but I'm gonna use a gel liner for this today. I do think that that works the easiest, but you can also use one of these like felt tip pens that's real nice and fine. They work great too. I just find for whatever reason, I have a little bit steadier of a hand with a gel liner, and my favorite one to use is the Maybelline Eye Studio. And of course, I will link this stuff down below for you guys in the description box. If you do wanna check these products out, you totally can. So I'm gonna use 2 different brushes, one for the bar liner on this side and then one for the wing liner on this side. So let's start with the bar liner, and I'm gonna use the bar liner on my easier eye, and we're gonna do that wing liner on my right eye, which is, again, the toughest eye. So what we're gonna do is, my brush is a MAC 266 is what this is, and this is one from their holiday collection. So I've had this for years. It's been one of my favorite, I almost said eyebrow, but one of my favorite eyeliner brushes. So we're gonna use that one for the bar liner. So we're just gonna dip our brush into our little, whatever this is. It is eyeliner. Our little eyeliner pot. Good Lord, you guys. I don't know, I think every video I like flub some kind of words or can't think of words. Seriously. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is, and this is something that I always do with everything that I use for eyes, but I always just make sure that tip is really nice and fine and there's no excess liner on there. So for a bar liner, I cannot wait to show you guys this one. I love this one. It is one of my favorite, like almost wings, but not quite wing eyeliners. You're gonna take your brush and you wanna turn it the opposite way. So you don't wanna run it this way. We actually wanna run it the opposite direction. So what I'm gonna do is bring my mirror a little closer. And the hard part here for hooded eyes, so let me just say this. You wanna do your best not to look directly down. You wanna try to look straight forward. So a lot of times what I do, and I'm not gonna do this today because you won't see me on camera, but I slump in my makeup chair, like so, and I get my mirror real nice and close, and then I look directly at it. And so if I do that today, I feel like you guys aren't gonna see what I'm trying to do, so hopefully this turns out as good as what it does when I do it. Excuse me, when I do it and I'm not on camera. So we're gonna do our best here. Okay, so here we go. So what I'm gonna do is just lay that line, and again, my brush is turned the opposite direction. So I'm trying to look as dead on as I can, and I'm just gonna lay that line right at the edge of my lash line. Oh, y'all, I done already messed it up. I went too high, hold on a second. Oh, good Lord. I did not mean to touch that brush right there, so we're just gonna. All right, I think I fixed that part. Cannot believe I just did that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just take that line and drag it up and around. So then what I do is I'll flip my brush around once I get halfway. Oh, I got a cat meowing in the background. Sorry, guys. She's fine. She just wants the gate down. I put a gate up when I'm filming. Okay, so then what I'll do is just bring that line as far in as I want to go. And it almost looks like a little bit of a wing. This looks like a half wing, but it's not a full wing. And then you can actually straighten it out a little bit more if you want. So let me bring my mirror a little bit closer now that we kind of have the general idea. Can you guys see, hopefully, how that is? And notice how I stayed out of that crease. So when I look directly at you, there's no liner that's even close to that crease. In fact, if I had a shadow on, you would actually still see the shadow that is in front of that liner, okay? So that's kind of the idea there. And this is one of my favorite go-tos because again, it's not quite a wing, but it's still somewhat of a wing. And you can make it a little straighter, just like, and don't pull your eye out too much. Because the other thing about hooded eyes is you don't, for instance, if I pull this out and I try to do this liner, it's gonna look beautiful like that, but as soon as I let it go, all those skin folds are gonna just show up where they actually are. So you don't wanna do that. And that for me is how I do a bar liner. I love this look, it's so easy. Let me go let the cat down the stairs so she doesn't whine through my whole video and people think that I'm torturing animals in my house. I will be right back with you guys in just a second to show you the way I do a winged liner and how pretty it is. Be right back. All right, you guys, I am back. She's a happy camper. Now that she's downstairs, let's move on to the winged liner. So I'm gonna show you guys another brush, and I have used this brush for many, many years, and I go back and forth between the MAC brush that you guys just saw and this one, and this was like a first brush that I had originally bought, and it was from Revlon. Again, I'll link it below because it's still out there, but I love the way that this angle is on this brush. And again, when you're doing these types of eyeliners with a gel liner, you do need to have an angled brush. I think that that works best. Some people have those ones that like bend up, and those work really, really well. I've had one of those before and I got rid of it. I just did not like the way that it applied. And I think it's just, again, because my eyes are so hooded on the outside too. So I have a lot of skin folds to avoid. So, okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So we're gonna dip our brush in. And this again is my challenging eye, as I think I've said at least 57 times on this video. So the main thing that I want to tell you guys about winged eyeliner, if you have hooded eyes, what you can't do that all the awesome girls with more lid space can do in non-hooded eyes is follow the end of your bottom lash line all the way up. So I'm looking dead at my mirror, and hopefully you guys can see this, or actually let me look at the camera. If I followed my lash line, my bottom lash line all the way up, and I did a liner there, look what's gonna happen. It's gonna cut right into that hood. And I've done that before, and then what happens is this part of your eye looks so heavy, and it almost looks like you've gotten into a fight or something because your eyes are swollen. So what you have to do if you have hooded eyes is you almost have to make a straight line that goes out. And for me, especially with this eye, hopefully you guys can see, I have so much of an extra crease right here, so I don't have a lot of option. Like, I have to get it exceptionally straight for me to create a winged liner that won't cut into that hood. So that's what makes my eyes super challenging, and so I wanted to show you guys how to do this, and this is the way that I do it. So if you have extremely hooded eyes, for a winged liner, pay attention to this technique, and hopefully it changes your life like it's done mine. So what I do is I look dead into the mirror, I look at my brush, and again, it's turned the opposite direction. And so I'm going to lay that brush down. So I lay it right there because it avoids that crease line. And then what I can do, I'm gonna bring my mirror a little closer because now you guys know where the line is. I can make my line now for the rest of my wing. And then I'll turn my brush over again about halfway. And then you can take your, I'm gonna bring this closer. It's so hard to do. You can take your wing now. Oh, that's got excess on it. We don't want that. And now I have a wing that's further out. Okay, I went too high, and that's okay. I'm gonna show you guys how to clean that up because it still works the same. So let me finish this part. So I went out a little too wide here, which makes my eye look really heavy. We don't want that. I want a nice thin crisp line. I think it's just from having that mirror not being right in front of my face like it is when I do my makeup. So let me show you guys how I clean that up. Oh my gosh, I'm getting eyeliner everywhere. This is as real as it gets right now, guys. Makeup is never perfect. At least for me, it's not. I mean, there are just times where it's awesome, and then other times I make a few mistakes, and here's the good news. You can always clean it up. So dip your brush into some makeup remover. Make sure it's not super oily. I clean the brush off first to get all the black off of there. And then what I'll do is once I've ensured that that is like that, I'll dip it in there. And I'm just gonna erase, okay? So what I'll do is erase that line. Love it. That's the beauty of this. And then I can fix it now that I've erased all that excess. Can you guys see that? Just add it back. That's what I was trying to create last time. So that is how I do a winged liner, and I love this. I've got a little bit of black excess over here, and I don't have on any eyeshadow, so it's gonna look a little funny. Nor do I have on any mascara. So let's put that on and see how that looks. Okay, you guys, I have mascara on, so now you can kind of see the difference. I don't have any eyeshadow on at all other than what was on that brush that was left over, which was pretty much nothing. But this is how it would look. So if we cover up this side of my face, and you guys just see the winged liner, and I'm looking at you now, this is how it would look if I'm looking at you, when I look down, and when I look around. And that way, I'm not cutting off any of my eye, which is amazing. It doesn't make my eyes look heavy, and that gives me a really nice wing. So now let's look at this one. And so this is a bar liner, and this is what I love because it's really natural looking, especially once you get the mascara on. And there's a slight wing there that you can see, but it's not super duper long or big. And so that just gives you a nice like full looking lash, and that's what I love about this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this today. I hope it helps you out. If there's something that you feel like I missed or you have a question, please let me know down in the comments, and I would love to know if there are any of these 4 techniques that you absolutely love for your hooded eyes that work super well for you. Let me know down in the comments. It's always my favorite part to get to connect with you guys down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and if you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, go ahead and do that now so that you don't miss out on future videos, and I will of course see you guys next Friday on my channel for another video. #ReformTomboy Family. I'll see y'all next week.